A lot of touchdowns in my life. I ran for a lot of yards in my life. Had a lot of success, had a lot of interviews, had a lot of after the games, man, you had a great game. It was wonderful. But you know what? I would have been zero without the team. Without that offensive line in front of me doing their job. And somehow we've lost perspective of team in our country somehow. I believe that America is the varsity, and the two political factions, Republicans and Democrats, are the JV. But somehow they don't think that. They think they're the varsity, think they're more important than America. Well, I disagree with that, and somehow we as people got to start getting that across to them. That America is the most important entity and not them. Does that make sense, guys? If you agree with that, just give me a nod. But the team concept is the ultimate concept. It's the ultimate concept. My wife and I, it said I was married 43 years. I've been married 45 years, actually. If you ask my wife, she says 65. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, and I keep telling her math is way off. Way, way, way off. But we've been together 50 years. I called her June 12th, 1968, and asked her to be my girlfriend. And she's been my girlfriend ever since. And so that is the first team for me. I mean, yeah, I played on football teams, and I played on basketball teams, but my family is the first team. And somehow we got to figure out how to make that team work. And if you can make that team work, and how you do that is the individual is subordinate to the team. The team is always more important. That is the direct theme of that book by James Kerr. Isn't that right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is that it's a book about the Australian All Black rugby team. They're called the All Blacks. And what they do in terms of how they win, and how they win world championships, and what is necessary for the individual on each of that, or each individual on that team to subordinate themselves to the team so the team can have absolute maximum success. Well, what we do nowadays is it's all about us. It's all about I. It's all about me. We don't talk about we anymore. So when I see athletes get interviewed on television after games and I hear the we's, those are the guys I know are successful. I know those are the guys that are helping their teams make it happen. Not the I. I did this, I did that. Well, you really didn't. We did this and we did that. So for me, the team, my wife, my kids, that's the first team. If you got a team at work, your employees, if you're a business owner or if you're an employee, you're a member of a team. How important is your team? And when I go out and I talk about team building, I try to implore people to make sure that they're never the weakest link on the team. If you get up in the morning and vow, I'm not going to let my team down. And if every one of the people on your team, every one of the employees that you have, or every one of the teachers that you teach with, if you go in with the idea that I'm not going to let my team down, I am not going to be the weakest link, how strong would we be as a team? See, I think we miss that. We don't teach that anymore. We have become so sensitive in this world that the things that are important, you can't even talk about. You can't correct people anymore. You can't tell them that they're doing anything wrong because wrong has become from a very thin line to a line so big you don't know whether you're standing in the middle of it or not.
True.
Okay? It reminds me of a story that I read, and I'll run through it quickly. And it's about a gentleman who was he was a baseball coach, and his name was Scalinos, and he went to a baseball coaches association meeting. And he came out on stage. He's an older man. He was 78 years old. And he came out on stage with a home plate hung around his neck by a chain. And he's a very good speaker, and everybody's wondering, what the heck's going on? So he spoke for about 15 or 20 minutes with this plate hanging around his neck. And everybody's kind of snickering. Is he losing it? What's his problem? And so finally, after 15, 20 minutes of talking, he talked about home plate. How many people in here are baseball coaches or baseball players? Okay? How wide is home plate? Who said 17 inches? 17 inches. All right, here's the deal. When you're in Little League, How wide is home plate? When you're Babe Ruth league, when you're in high school, when you're in college, when you're in minor league baseball, when you're in professional baseball, how wide is the plate? 17 inches. So when a major league pitcher cannot get the ball across the plate, what do? We widen the plate, right? We change it from 17 inches to 19 inches so we can help Johnny be successful. Isn't that what we do? Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, we do. And then if he can't hit 19 inches, we'll spread it out and make it 25 inches so Johnny doesn't get his feelings hurt. Isn't that what we do?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because now in school you don't get X's on your papers when there's a mistake. We don't do that anymore because it hurts their feelings. Well, folks, I had my feelings hurt a lot, so to speak. And because of that, I believe that I developed a toughness. I believe that I developed enough fortitude to push through the things that were not comfortable and the things that were tough to get to the other side where something was worthwhile. I believe we live in a world today that tries to paint self-esteem on people. You look at something that's absolutely horrible and you say, that's wonderful, Johnny, because you think that's going to lift your self-esteem. You say, Johnny, that's a good job, but I believe you can do better. I think that's a better approach. These are my opinions. And if you don't like them, that's okay. Honestly, I would fight for your right to disagree with me, 100%. Because people fought and died for your right to think the way you want in America. And I think that's awesome. And we're here tonight because we believe in a cause. We're here tonight because Austin Moody believes in a cause. You're here supporting somebody, and that tells me that you are a special individual. Because you could be somewhere else tonight. So when Johnny can't throw the ball across the 17-inch plate, we find another Johnny. We don't raise the plate. And when your best player breaks the team rules, what do? Do you let him play? Do you just kind of, well, it wasn't that big of, it wasn't that bad, so we just got to let him play because if he doesn't play, we don't win. What do we teach him? We teach him that there's no consequence to bad choices. And I think that's a big thing going on in our world today. We allow bad choices to go without consequences. And I really don't know how I got here because this is not what I think I was going to talk about. How did y'all let me get here? It was your fault saying you understood that book. I'm blaming you. Right. And there's another thing that we do. We point a lot of fingers. Point, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. You know what it is? See that one you got pointing out? You got the three pointing back. The three are the legitimate ones. The person in the mirror is the one that's responsible. I talk to kids all the time. I talk to athletes about getting recruited to college. And they make excuses. How many people know what a real excuse is? What an excuse is? Give me an excuse for something. Why were you late? Give me an excuse for being late.
Our vehicle broke.
Your what?
Our vehicle broke.
Your vehicle broke down. But it really didn't, did it? It didn't. No. Well, that's not an excuse. That's the truth. An excuse is when you don't want to do something and you feel like you can justify it to the person that you didn't want to do it with by saying, I would like to come to dinner, but. And everything before but is not the truth. Because you wouldn't like to come to dinner. I would like to come to dinner, but I've got to trim my canary's toenails. I don't know. Whatever comes after but doesn't really matter. Because people don't want to be there. So what we have gotten away from is the truth. Because when we don't tell the truth, it might hurt the feelings, but if we make an excuse, it might spare them the fact that I just don't want to be there. And that's okay. And so I believe we have to get back to the truth. We have to get back to understanding that the team is more important than I. The team is so far more important than I. So one of the things that I implore the young athletes to do, they say, well, the coach doesn't like me. and it's this, and it's that. And I tell them, I said simply this. Go make plays. You go make a play, I don't care how much the coach hates you, he's going to put you in a game. Because coaches want to win. And they're going to play the athletes who win. What happens is the coach sees in you the potential of your being a great athlete, but you're not willing to put in the work, energy, effort to get there. Consequently, you don't get to play and you think the coach doesn't like you. But see, when you look in the mirror, the individual that really is responsible is the one looking back at you. So there's good news and bad news. The good news is simply this. It's in your hands. What we do in our life is in our hands. And the bad news is what we don't do in our life is in our hands. So the good news and the bad news is absolutely the same. And I believe that what we want in life, if we want it, we can absolutely get after it if we're willing to work and pay the price. Wherever we are, whatever we do. There's no age limitations. I don't believe that there's any kind of limitations except that limitation that will not allow you to work hard enough and never quit. I got to play in the NFL because I was just totally sold out. I never drank, never smoked, never did drugs, didn't hang out with the kids who did, because if I got a chance to play, I didn't want anything detracting from my ability. I needed to be at peak performance. When you're 2 feet tall, you don't get a lot of chances. I'm a little taller than 2 feet, but that was just done for emphasis, if you know what I'm talking about. I got a compadre back there in the audience. So I would say this to you. When you wake up tomorrow, strive to be a little bit better than you were today. Just a little bit. And then when you wake up Monday, strive to be just a little bit better. When I say a little bit, what does that mean? Well, if you've got a brother or a sister, strive to be a little bit better brother, a little bit better sister, a little bit better husband, a little bit better wife, a little bit better mother, a little bit better father, a little bit better employee, a little bit better friend at work. If you've got a friend, be a little bit better friend. Be a little better listener. Realize that it's not all about you, it's about other people. You're here tonight because of other people. So if we wake up each and every day and we strive to be just a little bit better, just, you know, if you've got where you sometimes you get like so mad you just, well, maybe you don't get quite as mad this time. And maybe you start taking little baby steps and you start to improve and you start to improve. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. And I will say this. My wife gave me a compliment the other day. She goes, "You've changed." I said, well, you know, when you go out and you talk to people and tell them what they're supposed to be doing, if you don't do it yourself, you're just like a bum. Just a bum. And so, I'm the kind of guy that, and my wife, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention her. She's with 45 years, 3 kids, 7 grandkids, and it's absolutely, I'm a happy guy because of her, and I'll tell you that. But I'm the kind of guy that jumps off, and I'm ready to go right, let's go. I see something I like, I'm ready to go. Don't show me the details, just show me what the end result is, and I'll get there. But she's a little more cautious than I am. Thank goodness. Because if we weren't, I'd be probably in jail without her caution. So, I've gotten to be a better husband. I'm a better father. I'm a better grandfather. And I think my grandkids have helped me understand that there's far more things important in life than the things that I used to think were important. And when you put it in perspective, what really does matter? When you wake up in the morning, what is the inventory you take about your life? Is it how many cars you have, how many houses you have, how much money you have in the bank? And that's good. That's a wonderful thing, and I don't begrudge that to anybody who's worked hard in America. But what is the real important stuff in life? Well, I'll share with you my inventory when I get up in the morning. Honey, how you doing? Doing great. Number 1, she's doing all right. She's doing great. Good. I didn't screw up yesterday. Kids, they're doing good. Grandkids, they're doing good. If that inventory right there is in order, I pretty much don't care what the rest of the world is doing. I'll take care of it. I can go out and I can have 2 flat tires, no big deal. Wife's good, kids are good, grandkids good. I'll get the tires fixed. Not going to change my life. It'll change it a little bit. It'll make me either later for my whatever I was planning to do. But you know what? It's no big big deal. The things that are important in life are really taken care of. And I think what we need to do is really figure out our perspective. We need to figure out our inventory. What is important to us? What makes us get up and have an enthusiastic approach to life every day? It's my wife, it's my kids, it's my friends. It's the things that I do that we're allowed to do here in America that we've earned. That's kind of where I'm coming from. And I tell you what, I walk around with a smile on my face all the time. And do I have all the money in the world I want to make? No, not a chance. I mean, that's a quest. We're after that. And I'm probably sure many of you in here are too, and probably some of you, have all that you ever want or need. But that's okay. That's just a whole nother area. That's fun to chase. But what is really important to you? And I think that's it's necessary for each and every one of us to truly figure out what is really important. What is my baseline? I would say to the young people in this crowd, don't look for the easiest path. Don't look for it. Don't look for them to widen the plate. Please. If anything, shrink the plate. Because see, whatever the plate is, I'll get the ball over. Whatever it is. Any golfers in here? You know what? I'm just going to ask you. Just keep your hand up. I'm going to ask you. Okay, who in here is 50 years old or older? See, he's got his hand up. Who in here is married? And see, he's got his hand up. This is my guy back there. Okay, he's my guy. Where was I before? Oh yeah, I remember where I was. Golfers, right? We got a couple of golfers in here. Well, I play golf. I'm a golf fanatic. My wife calls me a golf idiot. That's okay. I accept it because I am a golf idiot. But, golf, you can play golf. You can play the very back tees. You can play the white tees. You can play the senior tees. You can play the girls' tees, the ladies' tees. Well, I shouldn't say girls, ladies' tees. Okay? Well, I started playing golf, and I started playing all the way back. All the way back from the very first time. Why? Because I knew it would never get any harder than that. If I started up there and got pretty good up there, and then I came back here, I'd have to start all over again. So why not let's just cut our teeth on the toughest deal out there. So when other deals come that are pretty tough, I can handle this. But you know what we do is we kind of make it easy for everybody. They want to make the hole bigger in golf. They want to lower the baskets in basketball. They want to just kind of make the world easier. And what it tends to do is it makes us softer. It makes us less attuned to what is necessary to succeed in life. And in my opinion, what it takes to succeed in life is a goal, a determination, and a work ethic that will not allow you to quit until you reach your goal. But we don't teach kids that. My son came to me when he was about 12, 13 years old. He said, Dad, I want a Nintendo. I said, good. He said, no, I really want a Nintendo. I said, that's wonderful. He said, Dad, I want a Nintendo. I said, what you're saying to me is you want me to buy you a Nintendo. Is that right? He said, yeah. Any parents relate to that one?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. How many of you, be honest, this is honest. How many of you bought your son the Nintendo when he asked? Okay. Let me tell you what I said to my son. I said, you want me to buy you a Nintendo? Yeah, because Johnny got one. Well, Johnny and whoever, they ain't got nothing to do with this house. That's a very important thing to let you know in the beginning. I said, I'll make you a deal, son. I got my half. When you get your half, we'll go buy you a Nintendo. And let me tell you how his whole countenance changed. He started asking me about things he could do to earn money. He started going out and mowing lawns. He started doing whatever. And when he got his half, he kind of bolted into the house. He goes, I got my half, Dad. Great. He learned a lesson there. And so we went out and we bought him a Nintendo. You know what? He protected that thing like it was gold.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, he didn't do it with other stuff. You know what? He had skin in the game. And what we have done, and we continue to do this, is we let people benefit sometimes without skin in the game. And it makes us all lesser than what we can do. I'm going to finish up with this. Self-esteem cannot be painted on, folks. Self-esteem comes from achievement. Self-esteem comes from doing things that are worthwhile, that allow you to understand who you are as an individual. My mom told me a long time ago that there's no person that's more important than you, and you're no more important than anybody else. I had a wonderful mom, wonderful dad. Mom's 89 years old, still kicking. And I'll tell you what, she cooks, and she has not lost a mile an hour on her fastball. She can cook. So I stay away from her because I get fat when I get around my mother. And if you don't eat when you're at your mother's house, you hate her. Anybody relate to that one?
Yep.
Okay? Well, I fixed you this. Well, I'm not hungry. Well, and then she starts like getting ready to cry or something. Stop it. I'll eat it. All right. So anyway. But the point is that I believe we need to get on a toughness crusade where we start helping people understand that the easy path is not all the time the best path. Is that we need to teach people that things are not always going to go your way. And that you need to deal with it when it doesn't go your way. And if it's right, it's honest, and it's not dishonest, and you've got to make it go your way, get to work. Get to work. Get after it. It's okay. Okay? You don't have to agree with everything in life, but if you want something, get after it. We got to start teaching our young people that they are not limited by anything but the thoughts that they have in their minds and the work that they're willing to put into what they want in life. Just that simple. But we don't teach them that anymore. We don't teach them that the sky is the limit and the way they get there is by honest, legitimate work. We tell them, oh, you can do anything you want. Let me help you. I know parents who do their kids' homework. I want to ask for a show of hands because there's probably some in here.
Oh my God.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But, and it's okay, and I know why, because you love your kids. I love my kids. But you know what? I love them enough to make them understand that they got to get their butts off of the chair and get out and get it done so they can win in life.
Yes.
That's what I love them enough to do. So, anyhow, where was I? Last thing. I know I shouldn't mention this in this arena, but
Go ahead.
how many people know who Paul Bear Bryant is?
I heard of him.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I know, I mean, but who's booing out there?
I've heard of him.
Well, hang on a
I don't know
second
who he
here.
is.
I had something here. I don't know where it went. It's Paul Bear Bryant, who was a legendary football coach. Hang on, if you just give me like 32 seconds here.
At the door.
I had it here, but it went away.
I don't know who he is.
Okay, here it is.
I don't know.
I'll have it in just a minute. Here we go. All right. And it's to emphasize the importance of a day. Where is it? You know what? This is what you call being prepared. Now, see, technology failed me.
That's an excuse.
That's not
That's
like
an
an
excuse.
Well, this is not an excuse. This is the truth. Technology failed me. I pulled it up on my phone, so I'd have it here absolutely ready, and I pulled my phone out of my pocket, and it was gone.
Did you hit the button?
Well, I will admit that I'm a technological midget. Any in here?
Yeah.
Okay. How many of you know what an ID10T error is? Anybody know what an ID10T error is?
Probably on your phone, huh?
ID10T. Let me tell you what an
Identity.
ID10T error is. ID10T.
Identity.
Everybody get it? Idiot. That's what ID10T is. And so I'm guilty. All right, I'm really close to getting this. Oh my. Well,
So
bottom
good.
line is simply this.
You're good.
And I can almost recite it because I read it often. Today, no, I want to read it. It's perfect. Just give me 30 seconds. See, here's the deal. I think Austin is not going to probably invite me back next year. That's okay.
I don't know about that.
It'll be all right.
Good job.
I just Googled Paul Bear Bryant, and as soon as I do that, I get it up. And here we go. Just give it to me. There you go. This is anticlimactic. This is supposed to be good here. Come on. All right, here you go. I got it. Technology. Yay.
I just realized.
Do you know when you mess up,
Back
the only thing you can do is do your best to try to clean it up? So I'm doing my best to clean it up. Here it is. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it or I can use it for good. What I do is very important because I'm exchanging a day in my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever. Time is not a renewable resource. Time is gone. Money's a renewable resource, your car's a renewable resource, your house, your home, your shoes, all that stuff you can get back. But when a minute is gone, it's gone. And you can prove your worth and how important people are to you by how much time you spend with them. So, it says, when tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving something in its place that I have traded for it. I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not forget the price that I paid for it. Guys, if there's one thing you get out of tonight, I hope we had a good time. Oh, yeah. If there's one thing you can get out of tonight, don't let your days be taken for granted. Tomorrow when you get up, make it a special day. Monday when you get up, make it a special day. Every time I speak to my wife and I hang up the phone, I tell her I love her. And if I call her back a minute later, I tell her again. Because I don't know if I will return home. None of us know that. So every minute that we have that we're taking air in, make sure the people that we love know that that's the case. And what you do speaks much louder than what you say. So you can say that you love them, but we need to show that we love them by what we do and how we are. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Hope you invite me back again. See you, folks.
I did that just for her.
Thank you, Howard.